officially starting off our session with a pledge of allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we're going to begin this morning with a great presentation from Clermont Senior Services and with the levy that they have coming in March 15th. Cindy? You're welcome.
Thanks so much for giving me an opportunity to be here and to share a little bit more about the levy for services for seniors. I'd like to start with a short video. It's about 6 minutes, but I think it talks a good deal to the kind of services that we provide. One of the things that's highlighted here are the services at our adult day services facility, and you'll get to hear from one of the caregivers, one of the participants' daughters, and why that's such an important program on this, so, as well as some other things.
We have a bias for service, and we are committed to that, and that has never changed. We may not be able to be all things to all people, but we will be everything we can possibly be. The services that continue to emerge as being most important are, of course, transportation, home care, Meals on Wheels, adult day services, home repair and modification. They're all designed for one purpose, and that's to help an older adult stay in his or her own home for as long as possible.
The senior population in Clermont County is around 41,000 people. From our records, it appears that at the end of 2014, we were serving around 5,300 people, and that's around 13% of the senior population. Most of those are multiple uses, not just one and done with a meal on wheel, but we're finding that two or more services are the norm. But we're told by the Scripps Gerontology Center at Miami University that population in Clermont County is going to grow to around 51,000 by 2020. That's only 6 years away. That would increase our population to almost 6,600 people that we would be needing to serve, which is just an astronomical number to even imagine. But I think we'd be not doing our job if we didn't anticipate there's going to be growth.
As a board, we've seen in the last 5 years the growth in seniors and the help that they need. We're all working longer, and our parents and our family members are living longer. So I think our agency serves our community. I've gone through the gamut. My aunt with Alzheimer's, my elderly uncle taking care of her, the respite, the help that he got, to my mother, who has her mind is just as sharp as they come, but her body's failing. So I think we have a lot of those people out there in our county, and it keeps them from the nursing home. Let's face it, the cost of nursing homes, the cost of health care is huge, absolutely huge.
My mother is very handicapped. She had a stroke 24 years ago that wiped out her ability to communicate. And to go there with people who pay attention to her, who support her in her accomplishments, who give her so much self-esteem. She comes home so proud of her accomplishments. She brings all of her things to us. She presents them as though they're gifts, and she's so happy with everybody there. She feels like she's accomplished something, and she likes it. She feels like it's a job, and she loves going there to perform that job. Every Monday morning is like the first day of kindergarten. She counts the days off. Saturday's gone, Sunday's gone. Is tomorrow the day? Yes. Tomorrow morning, you get on the bus and you get to go back. And I said, how many weeks, how many years can she be that enthusiastic? Well, we're 2 and counting, and every weekend, it's just counting the days till she gets there. Holidays are long for her. She wants to get back to the adult daycare and her friends. I can go to work. I can keep her home with me. If I didn't have this, I don't know that I would still have her home with me. I'm not sure I could do it without the help of Clermont Senior Services.
I think transportation is huge. And we do go to the VA in Cincinnati. Most of our transportation is around Clermont County, but we have a lot of veterans that are using the transportation. And I think that probably Meals on Wheels is the first step of going into senior services.
We're continually assessing what the trends are and what the needs are in our community.
Our agency has really gotten down to the bones, as they say.
73% of our funding comes from our senior levy. So, I mean, if something isn't being funded by Medicaid, Medicare, or the VA or some other thing, then that's where, we're in there and making it happen. In 2014, we had over 21,000 hours donated to Clermont Senior Services. Volunteer is not just a word with us, it's a way with our lifestyle. We don't know where we would be if it weren't for our volunteers. Conservatively, we've calculated that those 21,000 hours have saved the agency almost $300,000 last year. So, I don't think a lot of people realize that how crucial they are to what we do. Clermont County is a special place. They've supported us very well over the past. I think they appreciate their seniors just as they appreciate their veterans. And our motto at Clermont Senior Service is service with heart. But I think the community has heart.
We want to keep people living at home for as long as possible. We want people to stay as healthy as possible. So keeping people living in their homes in a safe and healthy environment is what we work very hard to do here at Clermont Senior Services.
That's good, Cindy. Absolutely.
Thanks. Well, as you saw, that was our Adult Day Services Center. And it's really a wonderful place right here outside of Batavia, and I would welcome anyone to give us a call if they wanted to visit and just take a look at the kind of services that occur there. Nearly 6,000 seniors, though, received services in 2015. And of those seniors that received services, most received multiple services. So it's highly likely that if a senior needs home care, that senior probably needs Meals on Wheels and transportation, may need home repair and improvement. So those close to 6,000 seniors are helped in many, many ways with the variety of services that are provided. Currently, you saw transportation. We have 18 vehicles on the road, and they're taking folks to dialysis and to other medical appointments. That's our priority. That's one of the ways we've really tightened over the last few years, is reprioritizing into those critical needs services. So our buses, sometimes some of them are on the road by 4:30 in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, taking folks to those early dialysis appointments, and also into the late afternoon. We run 2 shifts to dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as to others. And I mentioned that, the home repair and modification program, which is great because it's helping people stay in their own homes because we're able to create a safer environment for them. Besides our most fundamental concern, all of us individually, that wouldn't we love to live in our own home, always sleep on our own pillow, it's also very important to the taxpayer, because in order to provide in-home services for older adults, it actually saves the taxpayer about $3,000 a month for those persons who are Medicaid eligible, to be able to keep them living at home and to be able to support them with the kind of services that help them do that. We are at Clermont Senior Services very dedicated and responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars. We continually reevaluate and prioritize the services and the needs. And you saw the volunteers. Well, we have really put so much effort into really escalating the number of volunteers that we've been able to recruit and retain, because that leverages those levy dollars that much further. And like you heard on the video also, 73% of our budget was, comes from the levy. But in fact, because of those levy dollars, because they're local dollars, and it basically says to the federal government and the state government, local people support these services. Those dollars help us become eligible for other federal and state dollars. And so if you really look at what the true impact is, it's 85% of our budget. It has everything to do with that levy, whether directly through 73% and the remainder up to 85% because of what it enables us to do. We've worked very hard to be as efficient as we possibly can be. We passed the 1.3 mil levy 15 years ago, and we've not asked for a renewal, and we are not asking for a renewal now. We live within our means, and we work efficiently and effectively. In doing that, we've had to look at process and service efficiencies and tightening those priority services. And we actually went from about 143 full-time equivalents back in 2008, and today we have 96. And some of those are directly reimbursable through Medicaid and VA-funded services. So we've worked very hard to be effective while never sacrificing the compassion and the care and what we expect in performance excellence from the people delivering the services. So on March 15th, we are asking that the voters of Clermont County consider renewing the levy for services for seniors. It is critical. We know we need to meet the needs of a growing population. We will continue to do everything we can. We will continue to be responsible with your dollars. And there will be services for seniors, hopefully, well into the future. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Cindy, can I ask a question on,
Yes.
I would imagine most of your clients are Medicaid. Is that correct?
No, that would not be correct.
Okay.
No.
Has the expansion helped at all? Enlarged the population?
We don't assess the Medicaid. They refer them to us. I would guess that's possible. What I will say, and I'm glad you brought that up because this is another very important point, the levy is payer of last resort. So if someone is eligible for Medicaid or VA reimbursement, then that's where we go first. That way, we're able to continue to spread those levy dollars that much further. It's really about being able to leverage those dollars. So that's
And the
I'm glad you brought
Medicaid
it up.
dollars, which programs do you guys have in senior services that you could use your
They go
Medicaid
through the
dollars for?
Passport, it goes through Passport and MyCare Ohio, and it would be our home care, transportation, primarily those adult day services, and
Meals on Wheels? part of
Meals
that?
on Wheels, yes. Those are our primary programs. That would be under that.
Okay.
You know, on eligibility for Medicaid too, those people go through our Department of Job and Family Services. They're the ones that determine eligibility for eligible for Medicaid as well. We have caseworkers who just deal with that. With the seniors.
Yes, that's correct.
Good.
That is.
You know, of course, as a alumni of Clermont Senior Services too, and a 15-year volunteer for Meals on Wheels, I can attest to what a great organization it is. And
Thank
what a
you.
wonderful thing.
A lot of amazing people, a lot of them been there a long time, lots of stability in that
Well,
respect.
yeah, I saw a couple in there that I worked with
I know.
when I was there. And of course, you were one of them too.
That's very true. Been a few years, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very
Well,
much,
you,
and thank
again,
you for
we
your
urge everyone
support.
to support
All right,
for your renewal.
thank you. And you have a sign here, Mr. Brown.
That's what, keep
Did
it
you
there.
request it?
Okay, you got it. All right. Item number 1 on our agenda is Resolution 29-16 to pay our bills in the amount of $1,499,053.20. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Shule,
Yes.
Mr. Prout,
Yay. Andy? Number 2, please.
Andy Gupta.
This is a recommendation to authorize Robert Proud, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute a privileged contract between the board and the Clermont County Agricultural Society for the provision of lease space for the 2016 Clermont County Fair for a total amount not to exceed $205. This includes $175 for the booth rental plus $30 for 2 weekly passes at the rate of $15 per pass. This is an increase from previous years. It was $150 for booth rental, so now it's $175. And they have told us this is their first increase in a very long time.
Is there a motion then to execute the reference privilege contract between the Commissioners and the Clermont County Agricultural Society as recommended?
I'll make a motion for item 2.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Doug, item 3, please.
Number 3 is a recommendation of Steve Raybolt, County Administrator, to acknowledge the receipt of the notification from Pat Munger, the County Engineer, on February 23rd of his determination to close Wolf Pen Pleasant Hill Road between Indian Haunt and Raintree Drive, located in Miami Township, to through traffic beginning Tuesday, March 1st through Thursday, March 31st, between the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for the Wolf Pen Pleasant Hill Road realignment project, which included the Wolf Pen Pleasant Hill Road detour map, and the understanding that all advance warning and detour signs will be erected and maintained accordingly pursuant to and compliance with 5543.17 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Is there a motion then to acknowledge the receipt of the notification from our county engineer about the road closure as recommended?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And 4, please.
Number 4 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, the County Engineer, with concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to accept the contract by and between the County of Clermont and W.E. Smith Construction out of Blanchester, Ohio, for project number GO 1307 relative to the Hill Station Road Bridge replacement, which is bridge number C 162-1.63, located in Goshen Township, as complete as of September 26, 2014, and to approve payment number 4 and final, which represents the release of retainage in the principal amount of $7,453.15, plus all accrued interest and earned thereon relative thereto.
Is there a motion then to accept the reference contract as complete and to approve payment number 4, which is the final payment, release the retainage and the accrued interest as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. 5, please.
Number 5 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, the County Engineer, with concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to accept the contract by and between the County of Clermont and John R. Jurgensen Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio, for project number RS-02-14 relative to the 2014 road resurfacing program located in various townships and municipalities, as complete as of June 5th, 2015, and to approve payment number 5 and final, which represents the release of retainage in the principal amount of $141,543.14, plus all accrued interest earned thereon relative thereto.
Is there a motion to accept the contract between the county and John R. Jurgensen Company as complete and to approve the final payment, which is payment number 5, release the retainage and the accrued interest as recommended?
I'll make a motion for item 5.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Well, you're doing good today. 6.
Number 6, recommendation of Pat Munger, the County Engineer, concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to accept the contract by and between the County of Clermont and Barrett Paving Materials out of Middletown, Ohio, for project number RS-05-15 relative to the 2015 road resurfacing program located in various townships and municipalities as of November 4th, 2015, and to approve payment number 3 and final, which represents the release of retainage in the principal amount of $102,272.62, plus all accrued interest earned.
Okay, is there a motion then to accept the contract between the county and Barrett Paving Materials and also to approve payment number 3 as a final and release the retainage and the accrued interest as recommended?
I'll make a motion for item 6.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And 7, please.
Number 7 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, the County Engineer, concurrence with Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to accept the contract by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and John R. Jurgensen Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio, for project number BA-14-11 relative to the Filiger Road Improvements Project Phase 1 and Phase 2, located in Batavia Township, as complete as of September 24th, 2015, and to approve payment number 4 and final, which represents the release of retainage in the principal amount of $21,777.27, plus all accrued interest earned, and contingent upon the receipt of corrected affidavits of contractor or subcontractor required therefore.
Is there a motion then to accept the contract between the county and John R. Jurgensen Company, again, is complete, for phase 1 and phase 2, and approve payment number 4, which is again the final payment, release of retainage and the accrued interest with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Last but not least, item 8, please.
Number 8 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, the county engineer, with concurrence of Steve Rabel, the county administrator, to execute a contract for services by and between the Board of Commissioners and Capital Electric Line Builders out of Dayton, Ohio, for emergency traffic signal and street lighting services at all county-owned traffic signals and street lighting systems located throughout Clermont County, in accordance with the scope of services as identified in Exhibit A, attached thereto, and made part thereof, in the amount not to exceed $45,000, effective for the remainder of calendar year 2016, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions set forth.
What exactly is that?
It's basically if we have a light goes out, traffic signal, the bulbs go out, we can call them up, they can go out, replace the light. If somebody hits one of the traffic signal poles and damages it, or the controller box, it gives us the ability to just call them up on an emergency basis, go out and fix it on the spot, rather than call them up, get a quote, 3 weeks later, go turn the traffic signal back on. So it allows us to go out and do it quickly.
Is there a motion then to execute the contract for services between the commissioners and Capital Electric Line Builders as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Doug, do they monitor the system on their own, or do we have to call them?
We have to call them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the signals out at Eastgate, we can monitor them through our office. Those are the only ones that we can actually look at from our office, but primarily it's from people calling in saying, hey, the green bulb's out.
Sure.
And most of our lights now are LEDs, so we don't have to worry about bulb replacement much anymore. But we still have to, we still get cars hitting control boxes and strain poles and that type of stuff.
Those guys have like a 24-hour turnaround, where if they're notified, they have to make sure it's repaired or replaced?
Yeah, they're usually out there. I mean, depending on what the issue is, if it's the whole light out, the whole traffic signal out, they'll be out there within hours. But
Good. All right. Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Item number 9, Gary.
Good morning.
Well, you brought your entourage with you.
You never know, you might need them. The first thing, recommendation of myself, Director of Court Services, Clermont County Juvenile Court, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to execute Amendment Number 7 to the contract for detention services by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, by and through the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the Judge of the Clermont County Juvenile Court, and the County of Adams, Ohio, by and through the Board of County Commissioners of Adams County, Ohio, and the Judge of the Adams County Juvenile Court, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on October 12, 2009, and subsequently amended, for the allocation of 2 beds for the juvenile offenders at the Clermont County Juvenile Detention Center at a rate of $95 per diem per bed, and an admissions of juvenile offenders in excess of guaranteed 2 beds based on availability at a rate of $101 per diem per bed, effective March 1st, 2016 through February 28th, 2017, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, with all other terms and conditions of the original contract and amendments to remain in full force and effect.
Gary, how often do they go beyond the 2 beds?
Right now, between the 2 counties, I think we have 9 or 10. Adams County has about 7 or 8 kids in right now. So normally they keep pretty close because of budget purposes, but right now Adams County does have a lot of kids in there.
Is there a motion then to execute the Amendment Number 7 to the contract for detention services between Clermont Board of Commissioners and our juvenile judge and the Adams County Commissioners and Juvenile Judge as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Now for Brown County.
Brown County. Recommendation of myself, Director of Court Services, Clermont County Juvenile Court, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Rabel, County Administrator, to to execute Amendment Number 9 to the multi-county contract by and among the respective Board of County Commissioners of Brown and Clermont counties and the juvenile divisions of the Courts of Common Pleas of the participating counties through the respective judges previously ratified by the Board of Clermont County Commissioners on December 31st, 2001, and subsequently amended relative to the operation and management of the Clermont County Multi-County Juvenile Detention Center, which represents the allotment of 2 beds at the per diem cost of $95 per bed, and any admissions of juvenile offenders in excess of the guaranteed 2 beds based on availability at a rate of $101 per diem per bed, effective March 1st, 2016 through February 28, 2017, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, with all other terms and conditions of the original contract and amendments to remain in full force and effect.
Is there a motion then to execute the amendment number 9 to our multi-county contract, again, between the Clermont County Commissioners and the Brown County Commissioners, again, in the respective juvenile divisions for each county as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. I'll ask the same question he asked too about Brown.
They're pretty much the same way, it just depends. They both try to stay close to their contracted amount, but occasionally they have issues where they bring in more than the 2 allotted beds. So for the year, there's always a few months where they go over
How many beds do we actually have?
36.
So
Yeah, we've actually been at 36 in the last week, so.
what's going on among our youth?
Well, I know with Adams County, they brought in 6 or 7 on one day, and I think it's just, with the warm weather, I think a lot of kids are out doing things they shouldn't be doing, so.
Out on the roads?
It gets the facility filled up. So this is the first year, actually 2015 and early 2016 is the first time that facility's been full in all the years. 2004, I believe, we opened the facility up.
Right. And that's, again, it's a great cooperation in our neighboring counties too.
Definitely.
All right, item 11, please.
Recommendation of Judge James A. Shriver, Clermont County Juvenile Court, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to authorize Robert L. Proud, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute Amendment Number 1 to the Ohio Department of Youth Services Juvenile Court Grant Agreement and Funding Application by and between the Board of County Commissioners and the State of Ohio, Department of Youth Services, 51 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio, 43215, on behalf of the Clermont County Juvenile Court for the Reclaim Ohio Grant Subsidy Program and the Youth Services Grant Subsidy Program for fiscal years 2016 through 2017, which is July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2017. Previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on June 24th, 2015, for budget adjustments thereto, which represent a decrease in the amount of $8,143.89 to the overall total program costs in the program administration, probation, wraparound services, family preservation, home-based services, diversion, conflict mediation, monitoring, surveillance, truancy, work detail, and clinical assessments as identified therein, from the current budget of $1,595,317.24, which reflects a revision of the Ohio Department of Youth Services in the competitive reclaim category 2, 305B, in the amount of $22,500, subsequent to the aforestated ratification thereof by the Board of County Commissioners to the newly revised budget of $1,587,173.35. So this reclaim grant agreement, we have to submit by June 1st each year for the next 2-year budget cycle. So as of June 1st, we don't know what our allocation is going to be. We don't know what our carryover funds are going to be. So this amendment allows us to get the exact carryover funds, what our current allocation is, and just a bunch of budget adjustments for the 14 programs that we have in reclaim.
Of course, you do know the amount of, you cannot exceed on your carryover.
Right.
You do know that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, is there a motion to execute amendment number 1 to the contract and agreement between Commissioners of the Department of Youth Services Juvenile Court Grant Agreement and Funding Application as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And I must say too, I can give you guys a plug, and that you all are definitely the poster child for juvenile in the state of Ohio. So at our reclaim meetings. You guys are always brought up, so.
I believe, and I don't have the totals, but I think since 1994, when Reclaim started, we probably brought about $30 million into this community for programming for children. There are a lot of counties and states that have not seen $1 of Reclaim funds, but we have over close to $30 million that we provided for services. So I thank you for being a part of the advisory committee as well. And I talked to a lot of court administrators throughout the state, and they said what a wonderful deal it is that a county commissioner in Clermont County serves on an advisory committee, and your board, does things for the court that others don't. So,
Well, I mean, it's a privilege to do it, but it's also an advantage too to help get money for the county.
yeah, it is. Like I said, close to $30 million in the 20-plus years that Reclaim's been around. So
We'll keep up the good work.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. All right, our financials, item 12, please. Suki?
Good morning, Suki Sheets with the Office of Management and Budget. We have a few financials this week. First, we have a supplemental appropriation into the Adult Detention Corrections retirement payout for a couple retirements, $24,770. Then we have a budget transfer also for a retirement from the Communications Center regular salary to the Communications Center retirement payout account, $6,400. And finally, we have our monthly cash transfers from water revenue to water and sewer combined services, $170,000, and from sewer revenue to water and sewer combined services, another $170,000.
Is there a motion then to approve the supplemental appropriations, budget transfers, and cash transfers as recommended?
Suki recommends it, I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I will second that.
Shubel,
Yes.
Mr. Proud,
Yay. And we have a request for an executive session, and that's pursuant to section 121.22 G1 of the Ohio Revised Code, and that's to consider the employment, promotion, and or compensation of one or more public employees. Is there a motion to go into executive session under that section?
I'll make the motion for executive session.
I'll second.
Shubel,
Yes.
Mr. Proud,
Yay. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, let the record show that the board came out of an executive session and has resumed its regular session, again with no decisions made. And I think we did have a couple add-ons.
We do. We have one. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Mark, you're taking care of an add-on?
Thank you. I'm here this morning recommending to the board, actually it's a recommendation of Lyle G. Bloom, Director of Utilities, Clermont County Water Resources Department, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, to number 1, amend Appendix 4.09 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual with respect to the Clermont County Classification Plan, to add the position of WRD Supervisor of Water Quality and Treatment, classification number 79792, pay range D, and to reclassify the position of WRD Assistant Director of Operations, classification number 79794, from pay range D to pay range E, and to number 2, adopt a revised table of organization for the Clermont County Water Resources Department to remove the position of 1 WRD Supervisor Water Treatment, classification number 59515, pay range A, to add the position of 1 WRD Supervisor of Water Quality and Treatment, classification number 79792, pay range D position as outlined above and set forth in Exhibit A, attached thereto and made a part of thereof, effective March 7, 2016, and to further authorize to the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
All right, is there a motion then to take the action as recommended?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Shubel,
Yes.
Mr. Proud,
Yay.
Thank you.
Any other add-ons?
No, sir.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute recess for minutes to be prepared. All right, again, let the record reflect that the board came out of recess and again it resumed its regular session. And again, with no other business too, we have, except for the minutes we have. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of today's session?
I will approve the minutes from March 2nd, 2016.
I'll second that.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And again, no further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Thank you all. God bless.